Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. According to BoxingScene.com, Oslander Usyk states Anthony Joshua will be a much harder fight for him than Andy Ruiz. And here are a few of his direct quotes. I want Anthony Joshua at Wembley. I think it would be much harder for me to fight Joshua than Andy Ruiz. I was asked the question whom I would like to fight, and of course I named the three best heavyweights today in the division: Joshua, Wilder, and Fury. If you want to be the best, you have to fight the best, and these guys today are the best ones. If I'm going to be fighting just regular guys, I'm just going to be a regular guy on the line. I want to be on top of it. And now this is according to Oslander Usyk, BoxingScene.com, and Sky Sports. And I have to say that Oslander Usyk, this is why people like him so much, because not only does he show tremendous skills in the ring, but he only wants to fight the best competition. Now the one thing that he said is, Joshua would be harder for him than Andy Ruiz. It's a stylistic, matchup that would be intriguing, because in the heavyweight division, you typically rely more on power and size than you necessarily do certain particular skills. So a heavyweight with Tyson Fury or Oslander Usyk skill sets are very rare and hard to find in the heavyweight division. But if we're going to look at Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua, who would be the harder opponent, I guess we would have to say Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is a proven elite level fighter who's only suffered one career defeat. Now, Andy Ruiz is a stylistic matchup nightmare for a lot of fighters, and particularly Anthony Joshua. He caused him a ton of problems. He stopped Anthony Joshua. That was a difficult fight for AJ. But AJ, on the other hand, is pretty much a difficult fight for everyone, including Andy Ruiz. A lot of people forget that Anthony Joshua dropped Andy Ruiz early in that fight. Anthony Joshua only needed to stay behind his jab, and he probably could have stopped Andy Ruiz in that fight, or at least coasted to a 12-round decision. At the end of the day, we have to be honest and unbiased when we analyze the situation, and we would have to realize that Anthony Joshua would be the favorite to beat Andy Ruiz in a rematch if we're being realistic about the skill sets, the size, and the dimension. Anthony Joshua can pretty much just use his jab to keep Andy Ruiz at bay, and should be able to coast comfortably to a decision, or potentially stop Ruiz, who's going to be extremely aggressive, who's going to rush in. I just highly doubt that Anthony Joshua would try to sit in the pocket with a guy who has faster hand speed than him, and because Anthony Joshua can't match that punch output. It only makes sense to use his size advantage to keep Andy Ruiz at bay and don't get greedy. Part of why Anthony Joshua got caught so many times is because he got greedy, got in the pocket after he already had Andy Ruiz hurt. And so these are mistakes that he just cannot make in a rematch. If Andy Ruiz is able to capitalize on any of these mistakes in a rematch, then he should surely be the victor. But as far as Oslander Usyk, he's absolutely right. A lot of people would say Anthony Joshua is the easiest matchup for Usyk in the heavyweight division, and this is why I say he's not, because Anthony Joshua can box. Anthony Joshua can move. Anthony Joshua is long, he's rangy, and he's also very powerful. He has pretty much every dimension that you want in a heavyweight boxer. It's rare to find a heavyweight with the skill set of Oslander Usyk or Tyson Fury, so these guys are exceptions. But the fact that Anthony Joshua knows how to box, knows how to defend, and the one anomaly to his whole career was the Andy Ruiz fight, where he didn't box right, he didn't defend well, and so we leave that as an anomaly, because we do believe Anthony Joshua, based on his history, that he's going to correct those mistakes, because that was not the typical Anthony Joshua that we've seen in other fights. And credit to Andy Ruiz for bringing the worst out of him. But at the end of the day, we do believe Anthony Joshua will make the corrections necessary. And I expect to see an Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz trilogy. I don't think it'll be an easy fight for AJ. I think it'll still be a difficult, hard, rough fight. But I think he should pull that rematch out. As far as Oslander Usyk saying AJ is the most difficult than Andy Ruiz, I agree with that 100%. Because if you look at it, Anthony Joshua can box, and every shot that he hits you with is very hard and strong. And Oslander Usyk, for having all the skill sets in the world, he does get hit. And so that is going to be an issue. Can he take that power consistently through 12 rounds? That is going to be the biggest question. And this just proves that Anthony Joshua is an elite level fighter. He's still regarded as one of the best in the world. But we have to be honest and unbiased. Once again, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.